Hello, my name's Dave from Bodans Campervans and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to set up and use all the features of the Crantock range of Bodans Campervans. If you're staying on a site with mains hookup, one of the first jobs you'll need to do on arrival is to plug in your mains. So the first operation is to pull the bonnet, and the bonnet catch is located down here. You go round to the front of the vehicle. Under the centre of the bonnet is the catch. Lift the bonnet and there you'll see the mains inlet for the camper. It's housed in this cup here for travel. When you get there, unplug it, grab the sight lead, plug in, and then tuck the wire just under the hose for the power steering there. And then the orange cable can come out anywhere between the light and the centre catch, anywhere over the plastics. Once that's in place, you can fully secure the bonnet down, like so, making the mains cable secure. This is fully automated. You do not need to switch anything. The mains is now charging the leisure battery in the vehicle, and you're ready to go to use the main sockets in the conversion. So now you're plugged in, the next stage really is to turn the front seats in the vehicle. We'll start with the driver's seat. It's a little bit more of an involved process. First things first, safety first. Make sure, in this one's case, it's in park because it's a DSG. If you're in manual, put it in gear. The next stage is to release the handbrake. Okay, so we're able to turn the seat. It's vitally important that you take the handbrake down, otherwise you will damage the plastics on the seat and the handbrake. Next stage, with the recliner, incline the seat slightly. With the reek and the rake of the steering wheel, make sure it's in and up. The next stage is to move the seat slightly forward, and then with the rotation trigger, turn it around a little bit more, round again, and then to around, and then basically adjust it back so you can achieve the most living space within the vehicle. So that's the driver's seat now turned, ready for habitation in the back of the camper. Okay, so the next operation is to swivel the passenger seat, slightly easier this time. Move the seat forward as if you were adjusting it for travel. Again, with the rotation trigger, unleash, turn round to the rear position, and again just adjust the seat backwards to buy yourself the extra inch or so of habitation space in the camper. Now we're ready to move into the camper. In the Clee or the Crantock conversion, the table is stored here underneath the window on the driver's side. To put the table up, gently undo the travel catch, one at the top, one on the side. Take the table out. Now it's vitally important that you remember to press the button on the table leg. There are two types. There's a push button like this one, or there's one where the mechanism slides across. But in both circumstances, before you lift this leg up, you must press the button. And the same for the repeat action going downwards. Press the button and put it down. Okay? The table lives on this table bar here. Once you've put it over the bar, you need to slide the tabs over to stop the table jumping off the bar. So this is the whole operation now. Press the button, lift the leg, offer the table up to the bar, like so. Once it's over the bar, push the security catches over and away we go, and we can adjust the table backwards and forwards to suit the dining position. And that's the table operation in the Clee Crantock range. Now we're moving on to the control panel, which is situated here. A series of buttons. These buttons are quite unique in the fact that when they're down, they're off, and when they're up, they're on. Okay, the first switch here is the master switch. So down, everything back here is off. The only thing that's happening is we are still charging the battery from the mains. So when we get to site, we turn the panel on. The digital display then lights up to tell you the battery status. Okay, so once that's lit up, you know that everything back here in the conversion is on. Next, we have lights. The left-hand switch does the forward cabin lights. These lights are what they call rotor lights. They are independently switched, like so, and they are adjustable. So if you're reading, you can adjust them like so. And there's one on each side in a key conversion. The next switch is the kitchen light switch. Back here, gives you the 2 LEDs over the kitchen. The next switch is the pump, which is for the water pump, which we'll come on to in a separate video at the rear of the vehicle. Next one is fridge, which speaks for itself. That's for the CRX50 fridge there. And the last button is for the auxiliary. The auxiliary is for the round the back here, which we'll show you on a subsequent video. There's a 12-volt cigar lighter type outlet. The auxiliary powers that. Now, one thing worth noting, the panels now come with either 1 or 2 USBs in this digital readout. When you plug a phone into this, the voltage will drop to either 5.1 or 3 volts. That's perfectly normal, because this digital display then is showing the output from the USB rather than the input from the battery. So don't be alarmed if the voltage drops down. That's perfectly normal. So this is a normal operation when you're on site. Everything's switched on over to leisure. Now, what I would call a travel position, if you were going on a long journey and say you wanted your fridge nice and cold at the other end, you'd put this to leisure, so everything's on back here. You'd turn your lights off because you don't need those when you're in travel. You'd turn your pump off. You'd leave your fridge on, and then you've got the option of leaving the auxiliary on, for example, if you wanted to charge your phone back in the rear here using the 12-volt cigar lighter. So that is what I would call the travel position there. Okay, so your fridge will be nice and cold when you get to your final destination. When you get home and you're not using it anymore, turn all the switches to off and turn the panel off, and the LED goes out there. So that's the control panel. Now I'm going to demonstrate you the fridge. It's a Dometic CRX50 fridge that we fit as standard. With the panel on and the fridge switched to the on position, the fridge is now live. To open the fridge, lift under here and pull the door. Okay. Now, on the side here, you'll see a number of LED lights and a toggle switch there. Now, this will let you toggle through the various temperature settings to achieve the right temperature for the ambient. Today's quite a chilly day, so you probably only need it on 1 or maybe 2 at a maximum. So, as I say to people, basically the larger the spot, the colder the fridge gets. The CRX50 also has another operation. If you hold the toggle button for 3 seconds or more, the very lowest button comes on. Now this turns the whole thing into a deep freeze, so this is probably advisable when you're at home and going on a long trip and you want to chill everything really down cold ahead of the journey. I wouldn't recommend it for use when you're on battery, because obviously that will take a lot of ampage out of the battery and discharge it quite quickly. So you're best off doing that only when you're on mains at home, just ahead of your trip. Then to get it out of deep freeze mode, again, you keep your finger on the toggle button for 3 seconds, and then you go back to your normal settings. So toggle through to represent the temperature you want for the ambient temperature. Okay. There is another feature. If you're not using it for prolonged periods, if you push this over so you expose the word vent on top, close the door, that will lock the door so it doesn't flap around in transit, but it will leave an air gap here, so it will allow air around the fridge for some ventilation. So that is the operation of the CRX50 fridge. Okay, so in this small cupboard here is the location of the mains breakers back here, similar to the consumer unit you'll have at home but on a miniature scale. There are 2 breakers. The left hand one is for the mains charger and the right hand one is for the mains sockets, and the very right hand switch is the master. Okay, so that's where your mains business is held. In this little compartment here, this is a 12-volt fuse board, which is in this little perspex box here. If in the event of a fuse blowing, a little red light will come on to tell you which fuse it is. It may be handy to carry some blade fuses with you, a selection pack available at most automotive dealerships. So that's the storage cupboard and the location of the fuses and the mains breakers. This particular model has a mains microwave. This is mains operated only. You know that you've got power when the LCD display is lit up there. Fairly standard microwave. It is also a grill as well. Full instructions are provided. We do offer a gas oven alternative, which is a gas oven and grill. And providing you've got gas on board, that obviously can be used anywhere. But the microwave is mains only. Okay, the hob is situated under the glass lid here. And ignition is via the buttons here. Turn to flame, click, click, click until you have ignition. And the same for the other one, for the other burner as well. Suffice to say, if the rings have been hot for any prolonged period, don't put this down, because the lid will shatter with the heat, and conversely never travel with either of the glass lids up. Now on to gas safety. Obviously you're using gas in a confined space. With the roof up, there is an inbuilt vent in a Remo roof that is fine for the air changes for the carbon monoxide. If for some reason, say the weather's nasty or you've just stopped for a quick cup of tea and you've not got the roof up, you will need to open the sliding window on this side. And basically on the window there is a sticker that says vent point. If you open the window to cover the sticker, again that will be enough air circulation in the van to cope with any CO2 emissions. And that is the gas hob. Okay, the sink is situated under the glass lid here. We have a pumped water system. In this one's case, the water is situated in this cupboard here. We do offer an under chassis water tank which will give you 48 litres of fresh drinking water. In this one's case, it's the standard installation with the plastic water container. As you can see, it's now strapped in, safe, ready for transit, and it's perfectly safe to move with water on the move. Unstrap the vessel, and that's got the sight cap on, ready to go and fill up. Go off to the tap, fill up, come back, take the cap off, unhook the pump from its hook storage area, submerge the pump into the water and place the plastic collar in the neck of the bottle. Bring the collar over, tighten the collar up like so, and then put the water vessel back in, and remember to strap it back up ready for travel, and then safely put your storage cap away as well and close the cupboard. Now I'm going to show you the gas storage. In this particular version we have a standard gas installation in the metal safety box. This is Eurotunnel and channel compliant, so meets with all the latest gas regulations. We do also offer an under chassis gas tank which comes with a barbecue point as standard as well, and the inlet and the outlet would live just under here under the bumper. So back to the standard installation. The gas bottle is safely housed in a metal container. Undo the two tabs like so, remove the front lid, and there you see your gas canister. This is a Camping Gas 907. On top of the gas bottle there is a small tap here. Anti-clockwise turns the gas on like so, clockwise turns the gas off. Now the safety criteria is travel with the gas switched off and sleep with the gas switched off too. So that's your gas on and off. Once you've performed the operation, put the lid back on the canister, on the box, and turn the tabs, and then you're away to go. One of the main features in a Clee or Crantock conversion is the fixed cassette toilet. This is housed in this area here. To use the toilet, lift the flap up like so, open the front door, and there you have the toilet. Okay, the flush is by means of the handle on top, and just use it in a normal manner. When you finish with the use of the toilet, shut the door and put the flap back down again like so. To fill the flush of the toilet is in through this flap here. Open the flush, put some chemicals in first, and then top it up with water until you see the water appear at the line there, and then stop. Don't overfill it, because obviously it can overflow. Now once the toilet receiver is full, a little red light will come on inside to say that it needs emptying. Push the 2 buttons, open the flap. Okay, underneath here there's a little release trigger. Pull that and pull the cassette out and go off to the sluice that's on site. When you come back, put a cap full of the blue chemical into the bottom part there, slide it back in again and close the door behind you. And that is filling the flush and emptying the cassette toilet. So now I'm going to show you how to set up the beds. We'll do the driver's side first. Now it's important that the driver's seat is all the way to the front of the vehicle to allow enough gap here for it to flip over. Now to flip over, pull the handle here and lift over. Once you get there, let go of the handle, make sure the ratchet is engaged. The next stage then is to lift the metal handle here and let the back drop down to form one of the beds. The next bed on the passenger side is exactly the same operation. You grab the handle here, lift it over to somewhere flat. Again, make sure that the ratchet is engaged. Next stage, under the metal bar here, lift and lower the back down. So now you have your 2 beds set up, ready for a good night's sleep in your Clee conversion. Okay, so to put them back up, you literally lift the back up to the up position. It locks in on its own. The next stage will be to again pull the handle here, lift it over, and again push the seat pad all the way down, let go of the handle. Same process for the driver's side. Lift the back pad up, it locks in. Next stage, pull the handle here, over we go, all the way down and release the handle. So now you're back into the daytime position and you've got your 4-seat area ready for the daytime. This model has a roof bed fitted, so it gives it the ability to be a 4-berth, so 2 people upstairs, 2 people down. The roof bed operation is very, very simple. Literally pull the roof bed down, like so. The mattress is already up here. The mattress is on Velcro pads, so it is removable. And also the cover on the mattress is removable if you want to wash it. To put the roof bed away for daytime operation, it's just a case of giving it a little push and it goes up on the gas struts here. So a nice easy operation. So now we're on to roof operation. With any roof operation, whether it's going up or coming down, you must always have the sliding door open. The reason for this is we've got a big expanse of air in here that we need to shift out or in. Now this will protect your canvas because it won't allow the canvas to bellow outwards if the air pressure was too high in here on pulling the canvas down. The first operation when you're pulling the roof down is to pull the roof bed down first. Once the roof bed's down and laying flat, you then grab the 2 pull handles up in the roof area together. You gently pull the roof down equally on both sides. Don't go on one side or the other, pull them equally. Once it gets to a stage where the roof's balanced on your head and it's no longer wanting to go back up on its own, then grab the canvas from both sides, make sure you pull it in, and the key is to get it away from the hinges on the front of the vehicle in this one's case, to avoid any traps or snips from the scissor hinges. So pull the canvas in, and conversely pull the canvas in around you round the back here, and once you're happy that the canvas is all the way in, you then let it drop the final few inches and you will need to come down out of the way of the roof. The next stage then will be to lash the roof down with the 2 tether points, one here through the loop here and the other one here through the loop here. And on a reverse elevator roof like this, there is also a lashing point at the front. If your vehicle's fitted with a Fiamma awning, I'm now going to show you how to use it. The first thing to do is to get the wind handle, which in this one's case is situated here in the storage clips. One thing you must remember whenever you're using the awning, make sure all the doors are closed. the awning does have a tendency to drop as it comes out, and it will rub the paint from the top edge of the door if you're not careful. So form a handle, hook the handle into the eyelet on the end of the Fiamma and start to wind. Okay, you see what I mean about it dropping? So when it gets to about here, if you're on your own, now the best thing to do is take the handle out and gently place it up here, pull the legs out like so, undo the little toggle there, put a little bit of pressure on the awning itself, go around and do the other leg, and again drop that one down, level it up slightly. Now at this point you can put the legs out very slightly like so, and then put your handle back into the eyelet and start to wind again. So get to there, take the handle out and gently place it up on the roof. Again, adjust the legs. Handle back in and carry on winding until the awning reaches its full extent. Again, at this stage, take the handle out, gently store it on the roof, adjust the legs to accommodate the ground levels where you are, and it's always prudent to have a slight angle on the awning so that the water, in the event of it raining, doesn't puddle in the middle of the canvas. So just have a very slight incline to let the water run away. The awning comes in the vehicle with some pegs, and there are some eyelets at the bottom of each leg to peg it down, obviously to stop it lifting in windy conditions. To pack it away is just a reverse procedure of what you've just witnessed on the way out. And that concludes our demonstration video today of the Bodans Crantock range. Thanks for viewing. If you want to see this video or any others, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you liked, give us a like. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them in the comments section below. And until the next video, goodbye for now.